Let's talk about one of the most powerful secrets of the rich, and that is the secret, the law, or the principle of 3%. So the 3% rule, the 3% law, is where people, wealthy, take 3% of their income and they reinvest it back into what they call their earning ability. And the earning ability is simply what gets them their skill to make money. So a lot of people are servers. If you're a server, then your earning ability is, how much can you get people to pay for a check, or how much food can you sell to them, because ideally people come in for just the meal, but if you can upsell, or if you have really good customer service, then they'll give you a higher check, right? They won't tip just the 20% or the 10%, they'll actually do 30% or 40%. Or if you get them to buy more food, then they would, if they just tip the 20% basic, then they'd still give you more than what they would, excuse me. So basically, it's just investing part of your income back into your earning ability so you continue to grow, get better, and learn. And for some reason, the 3%, that number is just kind of the sweet spot. You can increase it, but when you're starting out, I would recommend only doing 3%. That's what I do, and it works like a charm. And basically, the whole math, the whole idea behind it is when you invest 3% into your earning ability, specifically into your earning ability, then your income increases. And when you reinvest that 3%, sorry, I'm going to move over here real quick. And then when you reinvest that 3%, you're making more money. Or, if you made $100,000 this year and you invest 3%, then you're probably going to be making more money next year. So maybe you're making $120,000 a year. And then you reinvest 3% of that, which is even more. And it kind of creates this momentum, and it kind of just builds on itself to where you're making more and more and more and more. So if you're a server, then you invest in courses, books, conferences, or stuff like that. If you let's think, what's the job? If you're a salesman, then you would invest your earning ability, or you invest 3% of your income into your earning ability, your ability to sell. So maybe customer service, books on selling, courses on selling. You just constantly increase your knowledge. And when you actually look at the number, like if you're making $100,000 a year, 3% of that, spending $3,000 on books, that's a lot of books. That's a lot of Udemy. That's a lot of LinkedIn courses. That's a lot of knowledge that you will be gaining. So it's crazy. And then when you get into like $200,000 of income, you double. You're spending $6,000 on yourself. And then at that point, what a lot of people do is they start becoming masters in their niche, or masters in their field of study. And so they start investing into their ability to speak, or into their ability to communicate, or anything that has some sort of relation to their earning ability, and they just continually get better and better and better and better. So if you're a salesman, you'd spend money on those books or on courses. If you're, say, like an internet marketer or a social media marketer, then there's tons of content out there for you to pay for. There's books you can buy, by Gary Vaynerchuk, or there's tons of courses out there. And even if you spend $15 on a 2-hour course, even if you can get one little nugget out there, when you start stacking all that information, you just get better, and you make more and more and more and more money. And you keep investing at 3%. You don't stop. You keep investing at 3%, and you will unlock, you earn more and more and more. And that is one of the that's one of the secrets of the rich. That is exactly what they do. They continually invest in their earning ability until they get into the millions and the multi-millions. And just think, if you're making $1 million a year and you invest 3% into yourself, that's a lot of money. You have to actually really work at investing that kind of money into yourself, but your income will keep growing if you do it correctly. So now, of course, there's probably a lot of people who, how do you start? When I first started, I didn't have any money to invest. I couldn't buy a book. I couldn't buy a course. I had to do things free. So how did I make that work? Well, the first thing that you guys should do is, if you're completely broke and you can't afford it, go to the library or subscribe to your library. It's still free. It's one of the hidden wonders out there. There's so much information, and it's actually a really good system to where they still actually get new books, and you can even listen to them audibly. You can download the app onto your phone, and you can borrow the books audibly, or even the ebook. So you can have them on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer, whatever it is, and you can listen to them at work or anything like that. But that's what I did. So you can get audiobooks for free from the library. You can, even at the library, you can still go and do the free physical book, and just take notes on your computer. Don't take notes in the book, but take notes on your computer. Or you can go on YouTube and you can look up, in your niche, where is your earning ability, look up on YouTube and start gathering information and building off of that. And so you can still increase yourself for free. And you can also go on udemy.com, which also has free courses, and you can grow your knowledge within your niche there. Now, if you don't have a niche, if you don't know where or what your earning ability is or what it can be, then just pick a skill that actually has a market for it. So are you interested in marketing? Are you interested in sales? Are you interested in HR, or whatever? Are you interested in restaurant management? Are you interested in being a cashier? Or if you're younger, if you're like 16, 15 or whatever like that, then just focus on something simple like a server. That's a really good introduction to sales, because when you get a server position, you're really a salesman. I mean, a lot of people just treat it as taking orders and that's it, but you can turn it into a sales position and make tons of money off of it. A lot of people actually make their living off of just their tips. So, but the point is just to get started, and don't use the excuse that you have no money, because that's not an excuse. You just have to go out there and get a little more creative. And then what you do is, after you've been doing it for free long enough, you start making money. If I'm interviewing a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old or even 18-year-old at a restaurant, and they're telling me, oh yeah, I read this book on being a server, I read this book on sales, I watched this course of this YouTube video, they stand out so far ahead of anyone else. I'm gonna hire that person because I know they're invested in their skill, in their profession. So I'm gonna invest in them because I know I'm gonna get my ROI off of that. So that's what managers look for. So if you can do stuff like that, you'll set yourself apart from the competition. So just start free, work your way up, and then create that snowball, that momentum where you're consistently investing 3% into your earning ability. And even if your earning ability shifts or pivots, that's okay. The whole idea is just to keep investing in yourself and keep increasing your income until it gets, into the desired income you want. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.